Hello and welcome back to Roy's the Boy. Now for you today I have got a Kawasaki industrial hedge trimmer which I got from a local auction, which is about 20-minute drive from me, which I've been going there quite a lot lately, and I've been buying a few garden machinery stuff, lawnmowers, hedge trimmers and trimmers from there. Some of them I will be doing videos on, some I won't be, some I've already done and sort of knocked out. So let's go and have a look at it and see if we can get it working. So this is the one I got for you today. This is a Kawasaki TF22. It does look quite old. I don't know how old actually it is. I can't actually see any dates on it or anything. It's a one-sided blade. It does say it's an industrial. It has been well used by the looks of it. It looks quite tatty, so I don't know if it starts yet. I've noticed a couple of things on it though. On here someone has put a Briggs & Stratton classic fuel cap on it. Now that ain't going to work, because if you turn it upside down, fuel's going to leak, so that's no good if someone's using that. So I'll have to try and find another cap for that. So anyway, let's give it a prime up, because it's got some fuel in it, and we'll see if it runs. Right, so what we do first, we'll give it a prime. Well, it is priming. Ain't got a lot left inside it. These fuel pipes lines, they look quite old. Let's see if the trigger works all right. Yeah, that seems to be working all right. Air filter. So what we do is, I don't know which one's choke, which one ain't choke. So we stick that on choke. I think that's choke. So then let's turn it around and let's see if it gives it a go. Right, that's stop. Switch. Make sure it's switched on. Just making sure it's in the camera. Oh, I think the recoil's going to need doing. Right, I am surprised that actually started. It took about 3 pulls. Recoil needs doing. Oh, let's get some smoke in here. I'll come back in a minute. I'm going to let all this smoke out. Alright, okay, so the smoke's all gone. What I did while I was letting all that smoke out, I've got a conifer hedge at the back of my garden, and believe it or not, even the blades, I mean, I will give the blades a sharpen, but it was cutting. It was cutting with no problems whatsoever. Even some sort of thickish quiet ones. So what I'm going to do with this one then, it is smoking a bit. I think what I might have to do is let it run a little bit, or I'll put some fresh fuel in it, because I don't know how old this fuel is, and see if this smoking stops. If not, I'll have to investigate a bit more to see why it is. Right, okay, so what I've done is I've taken the spark plug out, I've cleaned it up. I know there's a spark there because you know it all runs. I've drained all the old fuel out of it, give the carburetor just a little flush of carb spray inside it, pulled it through a few times, and I put fresh fuel in, and also I've made myself a new air filter, because this one here is just absolutely broke up, and it was clogged up with oil anyway. So this if it, so what happens here now, hopefully it's not going to be smoking. Well, it fired. Let's give it a little bit of throttle. Right, so that's not going to start now for some reason. What I am going to do now is I'm going to take this recoil off, and we'll have a look at that, because it's not coming in. I think I might as well just put a new cord on it and done with it. Alright, so here's the recoil. it is getting stuck. What I might do first of all though is just quickly see if I can get some WD-40 inside there. All round here. Give that a little tug. Well, there you are. That's working better already. Right, I've changed my mind on putting a new cord on at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll make sure this engine is working right, and it's not smoking because of probably a rings problem or anything like that. We'll stick this back on and we'll give it another tug. Right, let's see if this starts. Open it up just a little bit. I don't want to start now. We'll just give that another little adjustment. See what happens. Well, that is running a little bit better. It is going to need more adjustments on it. It's not smoking as bad as what it was, so I would say that the rings on this haven't gone. I will still have a look. I'm going to take the carburetor off. I'm going to give everything a good clean. I'm going to strip it all down, give it a good old clean. I might paint the spray this cover here. I don't think I've got yellow paint, but I might use something else. I've got red. Because then that'll match the rest of this, I think. So yeah, that's going to be the best idea. I'm going to spray this red and then completely tidy it up. Also, what else I'm going to do is I think I'll take these handlebars off here and give those another respray of grey paint, and possibly the bottom of this casing as well, all round here. As you can see, that fuel's all leaking out and I need to replace this fuel cap as well. Yep, so let's get on with it. Right, I had to undo all these bolts off camera because I actually had to get an impact driver on those two screws here to get this carburetor off. So what I'm going to do first now is I've taken that pipe off. I'm going to... God, these are stiff. That's it, that's those two off. I'll probably replace all the fuel lines as well. Now I've got to try and figure out how we take this off. I would say that is... Wow. Everything is really tight on here. Right, so I'll come back in a minute when I've got this off. Right, I've taken that off. Now to get this off, you have to push that onto there. Pull that back, and just to get that throttle off. Well, there you are. There's all the parts all stripped down. To get this bit off, I'm going to have to replace all the screws on here because they did thread a little bit, and I had to put a blowtorch underneath and actually to try and get those off. So I will replace those with Allen key ones. So that's it. All that's the part now. I won't bother with the blade at the moment. I'll wait till I've done everything else and cleaned that off, because then I don't want to get all dirt inside where all the grease and components are. So these I will be spraying. I'll take all this off and give that a spray, and giving this bit of spray as well. Give the tank a good old clean and flush out, as well as all these plastics. Give all these a good old clean, and once again I'll probably use that Revive It stuff and make them bring up a little bit better. Oops, you lost the screws for the recoil there. Just dropped one on the floor. I will find it. I will take all that out and give it a good clean, and I will replace this cord. I think that's seen its days, isn't it, really? So doing that. So let's start getting used to it. Look, start getting used to it. Let's start getting on with it. Right, so that's the best I can really get that. What I'm going to use is, I've got this stuff. There ain't a lot left inside of this one, but this is a no primer red varnish spray, and it says on the tin that it's fuel resistant. So I'll give it a good couple of coats on that, maybe 3. We'll see how it is and see how it turns out. Right, so that's had 3 coats of that colour, and I think that's turned out really nice. I'll let those cure overnight, and then we'll start on something else. Right, okay, I've gave this recoil good old clean. I am going to change the cord on it. Right, so that comes off of there, which is good. I want to take it out anyway because I want to clean the inside a bit, or do I? Right, so it looks like I'm going to have to take this off completely. I think this is going to be a first one for me on one of these ones. I've never done one of these Kawasaki recoils. I did a Kawasaki Hedge trimmer last year, but I didn't have to do anything as bad as this on it. I mean, people probably think, why am I doing so much to it? Maybe because I enjoy it, really. And yeah, that's more than enough. That'll do it. Alright, so what I've got to do next now really is I'm going to give all these parts here a good old clean. It would take a long time to do all these a clean up. Oops, that's come out of there. And especially this handle, I want to see if I can do something with this, bring it up a little bit more. I'll take the switches out of there and try and bring them up as nice as possible. I won't do that on here on the video because it will just take too long. Right, okay, so what I've done, I've gave the engine a nice little clean up all around the ups, all around the sides. It came up really nice, even on the fins here, really nice. So now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the blade off, check the inside, and then clean up all the blade and give it a sharpen. Well, I have to say, as you can see on the table here, I've got three pairs of mole grips. These two bolts here were absolutely stuck. I even tried heating them with a blowtorch, and all they kept on doing, they kept on ruining the Allen key bits. I ended up having to cut one down and putting those into there, and they were still rounded off inside. These two were absolutely solid. Whatever thread lock they've used in that was really good. I ended up borrowing these pair of mole grips from a neighbour because my ones just did not fit, so I need to get some more decent ones, I think. And yeah, these took ages to get off, but now thank God for that, they're all coming off. So I'll undo these screws and we'll start taking these blades apart. Well, there you are. These ain't really too bad, really. These do need a good clean up, and they do need a good sharpening. So I'll get on with these. One thing I do like about these ones they don't have the little spaces in between in it because they're built on the bolts, which is a lot easier, because there's a flat bit on either side of those where they slide in, which is quite good. Yeah, I like these ones. These ones are a lot easier. Right, I just used the wire brush on me drill bit and just give those a good old clean up. I haven't sharpened that bit yet, but I think I need to buy myself a proper machine one, because using this it's slowing down. The batteries are running out quick now because the batteries are getting old. I think I need to buy myself a proper bench one. Alright, we'll start putting these blades back together. I'm actually putting these back different to what I actually took them off, because I didn't really need to take this bit of a bar off. Now I've got to be careful with this con rod. I've got to put this bit on first, and I've got to remember which way side these are going now. Right, so that one goes onto there first, and then I've got to put this con rod on. No. And then this bar, let's get it right. And then the con rod. Got to watch these don't fall out. All these little bearings don't fall out, because they did, and I had to clean them all up. Let's get you onto here. Okay, so that's down on there, and then there is a little bit there which went on that. Two screws. It's a messy job, I'm telling you. I'm going to end up cleaning all my tools after this. One screw there. and that one there as well. Right, just give my hands a little clean wipe a minute. And we get the screwdriver, screw this one down. Right, so once that's down, I know that's in, so that can't come apart no more, and then I'll start putting these bolts back on here before I actually put this back on. Right, I've stuck that into place there, just so I can put this handle back on. It's just to keep the bar from putting too much pressure on the bend of it. So we'll start putting these nuts and bolts back on. What I will do is I'll get some grease and I'll spray some grease just onto here. And what I've got like graphite grease, and I'm just going to spray some on there. And then I'm only going to show you the one nut and bolt on this one. And what I'll do is, I need 10mm bolts. I'll just, that's it. So what we'll do is I'm turning this around up by hand. I'm just using that screwdriver bit just so you don't have to put it. They are going round. Which is very good. And we'll start putting the cases back on. Right, so the blades are on. I've repacked it with grease and give it another good clean over. Now I need to go and wash my hands, because and then we'll start putting all the plastic bits back on. Alright, so I've got this handle all back together, and I think this grey bit here, I know it's a bit lighter than what the other one was, but I still think it looks quite good on it, don't you? Right, also I think this has turned out really nice. I've taken the tape off of there now, it looks a lot better, and I've put the coil back on inside there, which is quite a good way of, because it's all preset in. It has two grommets which or like sits in there, and it's already set for you. Right, so first we've got to put this back on. I did put the plastics on first, but then the plastics have to go over the top of this. Wow, that's tight to get in. Let's get that look. It's tight. There we go. The only thing is now I've got to knock this down. Well, as you can see, I've got 3 brand new screws on there. What are these? I cut these ones down because they were way too long, and because they're flatheads as well. What I've done, I've put a little spring washer and a flat washer on them as well, so that'll hold that down a lot better, especially with the vibration. You watch, this one won't go in there. There we go. Just needed easing in there, and that's very good. Next we'll start putting the fuel tank on, not the fuel tank, the plastics on, and then the tank, and then the rest of the parts and the handle, and then wire it all up together. Right, so we need to start putting these bits of plastic back on there. Just to make sure you get these in the right way. It's a very fiddly job. we got. Okay, so that's that one there, and then what you've got to do, you've got to turn it over. Or as it happens, what I might do is just get this one screw in there, which will hold that bit in. That's that one there, and then we turn it over. And then we have to get this exhaust cover, I should say. It only goes on one way because it's got two clips there which go onto there. And then you turn it upside down, or go around the other way I should say, because you've got a screw hole there, you've got a screw hole there, and then you've got another one just sitting down here. So this little one here is going to go into there. Because it's only the smallest one that joins the two plastic parts together. I'm not going to tighten it up just yet. I'll wait till I've got the other ones in. Looking very good, machine. Let's hope she fires up when I put everything back together. Just going to go in there. It's going to play me up. It's a very awkward one. Why they actually put that there is, if you really want to get that off, you've got to take the bottom machine off just to get that screw off. But it's happening. Okay, so that one's in, that one's in. Tighten that one up, and the third one up. That's it, so they're done. Right, so put these on. Is just push that into there. And then that springs back onto there. And then you just put this back into the carb. I'm going to have to readjust this because I think I tightened it up too much. But I'll connect this on and do the adjustment. Alright, so before we put this grommet in, we'll put these pipes back onto here. Just in case I have some trouble getting those on. Should change these pipes really, but I want to make sure it works. Right, we'll get this on. Let's glom it on. And then I'll bolt this up and then we'll come back. Right, I've put everything back together now. it was a bit fiddly getting this carburetor back on. I've made a new air filter for the air filter. Just made a new air filter. I've put this back on. I need to find another screw. I seem to have mislaid one. If not, I'll just make one up. I'll cut one down side because it's only a short screw. But let's go outside and we'll see if it works. Okay. Cut the pumps. Joke. Oops. Make sure it's switched on. Right, there you have it. You heard it all going nice. I've given it a little bit of a tinkering with the carburetor. It is running a bit better now because it sounded like it was a little bit sluggish, but it ain't anymore. I've done it. Trust me, take my word for it. Yeah, I think it's come up a treat. I think painting it red actually makes it look better because what the yellow was, because it's matching up with all the other bits. The only thing it doesn't have is a little spring that goes into here to push that back. But I ain't too bad. Look, as you saw on the back of it, it came up well. I got caught on there. It came up well. Yeah. So what I want to know now is, please let me know in the comments. What do you think it's worth? What do you think I can get for this? So please let us know. That's all there is from this one anyway. So anyway, if you did like this one, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that little grey notification bell down the bottom there, and it'll tell you when I'm doing another one. So until next time, cheerio.